Good morning, everyone. Today, for Psalm Day, we're looking at Psalm 63. My name is Evan. I'm one of the ministers at St Mary's Anglican Church. I have the joy of reading through this psalm with you. If you haven't read it yourself, please go and do that now. Um, I want to read the whole thing, I really do, but I also wanted just to make a short video for today. This psalm is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. The psalmist reflects on a couple of things, but the key one is that the love of the Lord, that is, the love that comes from the Lord, is better than life itself. That's a hard thing, isn't it? That's a hard thing. But at the same time, those of us who know God and know His love, we know this for ourselves. We know. Verse 2. Verse 3, because your love is better than life, my lips will glorify you. Verse 4, I will praise you as long as I live, and in your name I will lift up my hands. My soul will be satisfied with the richest food, and with singing lips my mouth will praise you. Even though the psalmist is in the midst of things happening to him, verse 1, verse 9, verse 10, he knows that the love that comes from God is so good, it is so generous, that it is better than life itself. Now, sometimes we use this expression quite flippantly, like the steak is to die for, something like that. But literally, God's love is better than life. And as I think about that statement, I can think through history where people have died for God's love. Where people have died because they know that God is better than living life. I've done a couple works on the history of the Reformation in England. And the bravery that the men and women who died for the gospel showed, particularly during the reign of Queen Mary, it's just incredible because they grasped this truth. Your love is better than life. I will not give you up to save my life because your love is better than life. And sometimes I think I can say the same. I hope that when the time comes, if the time comes, I will say the same. But of course, sometimes we let the things of life get in our way, don't we? We allow our material possessions, we allow our friends, our family to take us away from the joy that is God's love for us. And so when the time comes, we can get confused and be tempted to give up on God's love, all for the things that He made. Give up the Creator for the creation. And as I sit and think through this psalm, I wonder, what does it mean for me to live every day like God's love is better than my life? I suppose part of the answer to that question is why I've gone into ministry full time. Is that Maddie and I have decided to perhaps put aside a life that we could have had, pursuing career, buying a house for ourselves, all that sort of stuff, so that we can proclaim the gospel. Why? Because the gospel is better than any of those things. A great test to ask ourselves is, if I had to give this up for the gospel, would I do it? And that's something that I question myself with every day. If I had to give this up so I could keep proclaiming the gospel, would I do it? Maybe that's something that you might need to ask yourself today with the things that you own or the people that you see, the relationships that you pursue. If I had to give this up for the gospel, would I do it? Because when we sit and we look at God's word, we read again what He's done for us. We know that nothing is better than God's love, not even our lives. And so personally, I look forward to living a life that is done for the glory of the God who loves me, or that is lived for the glory of the God who loves me. And I want you to say the same with me. I want you to know how amazing this love is. And I want you to be able to confidently say, yes, God's love is better than my life, than anything the world has for me. Grace and peace to you.